Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Elements of Success. I'm your host, Talha Jarrad. Well, we are talking about negative emotions, and we specifically are talking about envy. And we said that envy is really one of the most powerful emotions that tracks people down and cause them to really not achieve a lot in life because of the way that they look at themselves and the way that they focus their energy on others rather than focusing on themselves. So, well, envy has lots of impacts really on the person. Number one, the person will be stressful and anxious. It creates higher level of stress and anxiety for the person because he's thinking of others and what they have got in life and what he hasn't got, and he's always thinking of this, so that makes him stressed, that makes him disappointed. And number two, it causes him to continuously be stressful and distressed really, because now his energy is focused not on his achievement and focused on others, so he doesn't focus on his energy to achieve, which leads him to waste time, effort, energy, and hence he will not achieve, and hence will get more and more distressed and more envious. And third is really, envy is a sin. Envy by itself is a sin. So it caused the person to go to eventual plight, because this person is thinking of others and in a negative way, and his thinking of others this way will really cause him to accumulate bad deeds. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, whoever works evil will be punished accordingly, or will be charged accordingly. So if you are thinking negatively of others and you wishing their blessings and favors to vanish and to be deprived from them, of course this is not a good deed, is it? It is a bad deed. It's something that's been forbidden by Islam. So if you think about people this way, you accumulate bad deeds, and the more bad deeds you accumulate, then you bring yourself down with your relationship with Allah and your ability to achieve in this life and also in the hereafter. And hence, you waste your time, you waste your energy, you waste your effort, you waste your emotion, and then on top of that, you don't achieve, and that creates more an achievement in life, which creates also more distress and more anxiety. So you see the circle that envy puts the person in. It's really a very, very strange thing that what the envious person ends up doing to himself. He's really getting himself in trouble by his own hands, and this is because he's thinking of others, so that he creates a cycle of problems for himself and negative emotions that fills up his life by his own hands, and nobody created these things to the person but himself. So it's very important that we understand this, and we understand the impact of this negative emotion on us, so we know how to deal with it and how to get out of it. And of course, on top of this causes some physical impact of the person because of he's thinking of others, so that impacts him and impacts his level of focus and impacts even his body and his ability to use his time and so on and so forth. So, what is the remedy for envy? How can we cure ourselves of this negative emotion? Remember, as we said, we want to get rid of these negative emotions, because the sooner that we get out of these emotions, the better we can achieve and the more that we can gain in this life and of course the hereafter. So how can you cure yourself of the envy? If you see yourself having such feeling and such emotion towards other people where you envy them and wishing the blessings and favors to be deprived from them, so what you should do to cure yourself out of this thing? Well, number one is to think of the laws that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put on earth, the universal laws. Remember that you don't distribute the sustenance. Allah distributes the sustenance. It is not me and you who states what's given to that person and what's deprived from that person. It's Allah as well, and He decides upon these things, and not me and you. So if you think of these things all the time and change your thoughts to the point where you think that Allah is in control, Allah is the one who distributes and who gives and deprives, then that changes your perspective, and you don't become envious of people because they have got this by the blessing, the mere blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's one thing. Number two, if you really want something, why don't you work for it? Why don't you work for it? You want something that somebody else got, so work for it, plan for it, do it, and you achieve it. And another thing is ask Allah for the thing that you've, instead of envying the person, ask Allah to give you that thing that He's given to your brother or your sister. And instead of envying him and having this negative emotion, take your focus out of not have to the focus of having. This is very important. You see, if you think of not having, this is a negative emotion, and that creates negative feelings and hence creates negativity in your life, as we said, by the law of attraction. But if you think of having and you focus your attention on asking Allah to give you, so you're thinking positively, I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it, Allah will give me. As we know, Allah tells us that, pray to me, ask me, and I will give you. So if you pray, you ask Allah to give you, then now you focus on having rather than of the concept of not having. Another thing is that to get rid of envy, try to ask Allah to help you to get rid of it. Envy is very dangerous on your health, very dangerous on your mind, very dangerous on your achievements, very dangerous on your entire life. So ask Allah to help you, to relieve you from this feeling. As a matter of fact, we know that there is the verse in Quran where Allah praise the believers by who they say, and place in our hearts no envy towards other believers. Place in our hearts no envy of other believers. You see, this is something that you could do. You could ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you get rid of this feeling and get out of this negative emotion, and Allah will help you and Allah will take care of you. If you think that Allah will help you and take care of you and will get you out of this negative emotion, then He will. And the more you do this, the more you get closer to Him, and rather than focusing on others and what they have and what I don't have, now you focus on your ability to get things by asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you, by focusing on asking Him to bless you what He's blessed others, and also by thinking of and asking Him to get rid of these negative emotions out of your heart and out of your mind. So instead of these feelings filling out their lives with bad things, with negative emotions, with wrong things, and wasting your time, your energy, your focus, your achievement, and destroying your life and ruining your life by thinking about other people. Now you think of yourself in such a way that helps you promote yourself, improve yourself, enhance yourself. And remember, we are on a journey to success. We are on a journey to go deep down to discover ourselves, so we can get out of the situation that we are in and achieve the maximum that we could in life. The other thing that helps you also get rid of this emotion is to achieve. Try to achieve and succeed. Whenever you achieve and succeed, you build resistance towards envy, because now you don't need to envy other people. You've achieved, so you see your achievement, and your achievement will help you get out of the bad situation that you are in. And it will help you improve your trust in yourself, your confidence about yourself. It helps you look at yourself more positively. So instead of thinking about others, now you think of how to build yourself better, how to improve yourself, how to take care of yourself, and how to build your life around these concepts. You see, again, negative emotions could destroy your life. One single negative emotion not dealt with can bring the person to a lot of troubles and problems in life. And as we said, not only in life, even in the hereafter, because these things are bad deeds. And you need to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to repent to Allah from these bad deeds, and ask Him to help you out, get out of it. Because what is the point of focusing on what others have in their hands and not looking at yourself? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated that in the Quran. Do they envy people of what Allah has given them or provided them? It's why you're trying to object what Allah has given to that, and what Allah's wisdom is all about. So envy is one of these negative emotions that impacts the person and makes him unable to achieve, and makes this person focusing on negative things. And we want to get out of these negative emotions, and we want to get out of these bad feelings, and we want to build a personality for success. And to do so, we need to change our perspective. And finally, count your blessings. You've been blessed with so many things, but you haven't seen it. Look at yourself. How many things do you have? How many favors of Allah you have in your hands? And the more you look at it, the more you will find more and more. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated in Quran, and if you try to count the blessings of Allah upon you, you will never be able to count them all. And this is true. Here is an exercise for you. Write down, effective today, every blessing that you've been blessed with from Allah. And I guarantee you that if you do this every single day, you just buy a notebook and you start writing on it your blessings. A blessing of health, blessings of kids, blessing of parents, blessing of safety, peace of mind, this and that, blessing of Islam. You will find so many blessings, and I guarantee you, you can go for years and years and years without finishing all the blessings, because every day you discover a new blessing. You see somebody in a problem, you say, oh, I have been saved of this problem, so this is a new blessing. You see somebody in bad situation, say, oh, I have been protected from Allah from that thing. So you will never be able to count all of your blessings, but just try and try and try. You will see how many blessings you have. And if you look at your blessings, first of all, you don't become envious anymore, because now you see that you have a lot of blessings, and you don't need to envy others because you have a lot of blessings and they might not have all of these blessings. And number two, when you look at and see all of these blessings, do you really want people to envy you for that? Do you really want people to envy you for that? Remember what we said in the law of absolute justice, that it's done upon you things by your own hand. So if you envy others, others will envy you. So think of it. Do you want people to envy you and probably get their wishes come true for you to be deprived from the good things that you have? This is really what you're doing to other people, aren't you? So think of it this way. Think of it. Do I want other people to wish for me to be deprived from the things that I have? So again, envy is a very negative emotion, and we should learn how to get out of it and cleanse our hearts and minds of it, so we can become more achieved and more successful in life and the hereafter. Thank you for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.